Page 144, lesson 210 is on change expressed as a percent. So we're going to be looking at one of the things in this section is on percent change, and this comes into play a lot of times if you're going shopping. You're trying to figure out what the better deal is. So this example, we've got one sweater that's $5 off, one sweater is 15% off, and we're trying to figure out what the best deal is. So based off of this, if each sweater was $35, obviously the $5 off one would now be $30, but then the 15% off sweater, how much would that be after that sale? So a couple different things with percent change. Percent change, we can have a percent increase or a percent decrease. Percent increase basically just means that the price went up. If the price went up, it's a percent increase, and then a percent decrease means the price went down. So for example, if something was $20 and now it's $25, that's a percent increase. If something was $20 and now it's $15, that's a percent decrease. So finding the percent change, what we can do is we can find the amount of the increase or decrease divided by the original amount. Or another way of thinking of it is how much did it change divided by the original amount. If you divide this out, that will give you a decimal, and then just move your decimal 2 places to the right, and that will be your percent change. The book talks about, if it's an increase, do the new amount minus the original amount. If it's a decrease, do the original amount minus the new amount. Don't really worry about which one goes where. Just take the bigger number minus the smaller number, because that's what you're doing in both of those cases. So bigger number minus the smaller number, and then just think about if the price went up or down, then it's a percent increase or percent decrease. So problem 1 talks about finding a percent decrease. So if a coat is on sale, the original price was $82, the sale price is $74.50. What is the discount expressed as a percent change? So to find the percent change, we're going to find out what the change in the price was compared to what it was originally. So to find that, we would take $82 minus $74.50, and then we'll divide that answer by $82 was the original price. So if you subtract those, you'll get 7.5 or $7.50. That was the change. And then if we divide that by 82, it comes out to about 9/100ths, which would be 9%. And if we're doing these problems, if they don't come out evenly, ideally they should tell us, round to the nearest percent or round to the nearest 1/10 of a percent, or whatever the case might be. Unfortunately, they didn't do that on this problem. There's other problems they may not do that as well. So I guess, if they don't say for sure and it doesn't come out nicely at all, I guess we'll just say we'll round to the nearest percent. Is kind of a general thing, general way of solving that. So if you look at the got it number 1, the average monthly precipitation for Chicago, Illinois peaks in June at 4.1 inches. The average monthly precipitation in December is 2.8 inches. What is the percent decrease from June to December. So to do this, we're going to find the change divided by the original amount. So we're just going to take the higher number minus the lower number. So 4.1 minus 2.8. And the original, in this case, is going to be the first thing they gave us. So it's a little bit of an odd setting here. But June came before December, I guess, so we'll consider 4.1 to be the original number. So if you subtract in the numerator, that would be 1 3/10 divided by 4 1/10, and it comes out to 0.317073171. So just depending how they want us to round this, again, they didn't specify. Move the decimal over 2 spots, and then that would be like 31.7%. So we could say, to the nearest percent, we could say it's about a 32% decrease. And on these problems, if you want to, for increase or decrease, you can just do an arrow. I mean, if you want to write out, obviously, increase or decrease, you probably won't get writer's cramp just from writing that word a few times, but 32% decrease from June to December. And, you know, it might seem odd in a way. You might think for Chicago that they would have more precipitation in December. You know, like, don't they get a lot of snow in the winter or something? You know, I think one thing, part of that is that with snow, it's like something like 1 inch of rain is 10 inches of snow or something like that. So, you know, that could be the kind of the discrepancy there, why it looks like there's not as much precipitation in December as you might expect. Problem 2, we're looking at finding a percent increase. So a store buys an electric guitar for $295, then they mark up the price to $340. What is the markup expressed as a percent change? Okay, so you look at that and you might think, oh man, this store, they're ripping me off. They bought it for this price and then they're raising the price. Well, yeah, there's a thing called they have to pay their workers. They have to pay their electric bill. They have to pay property taxes. Okay, there's all different things that they have to pay. And so, you know, if they sold it to you for the same price as they bought it, then they'd go out of business. They wouldn't be able to pay their workers or any of their other bills. So on this problem then, we're going to find the change in the price. So the bigger number minus the smaller number, we can do 340 minus 295. And then the original price that they got it for, okay, they got it for one price and then they marked it up. So the original price, we're going to say, is the $295 they got it for. If you subtract in the numerator, that's $45 divided by $295, and it comes out to about 1/1500ths, which would be 15%. So 15% increase in the price. So they got it to, in 1 year, the toll for passenger cars to use a tunnel rose from $3 to $3.50. What was the percent increase? So again, we'll do the change divided by the original price. You need to make sure that you know this formula, if you will. You won't be given that on a test. So the change is the difference in the price there. So $3.50 minus $3, and then the original price was $3. So if we subtract that, it's a difference of 50 cents compared to $3. So 0.5 divided by 3, and this one, it comes out, it's 0.16, and then the 6 is the repeating. the last digit on your calculator, it's going to round it off to a 7. So, if we wanted to, since they didn't tell us about how to round, we technically don't really have to round this one. If you move the decimal over 2 spots, that would be 16.6 repeating, and 0.6 repeating would be 2/3. So we could say it's 16 2/3%, or if you weren't sure what that was, I guess we could say 16.6 repeating percent. Okay, again, if we were going just to the nearest percent, we would say it was a 17% increase. So this gives you an idea of how to do percent change, and we will have another video to discuss the other part of this section.